Here we are together again on the radio. And in this hour of our program, I did this a couple of years ago, and I haven't done it in a while. But it's something I'm fascinated with, and we mention it on the air, but we've only done it one time in 10 years as a topic unto itself. Just once. We did it once, and then we repeated it. Of course, some of our audience is so dense, they probably thought we were doing it again. But no, we only did it one time. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why teenagers have babies. This makes no sense to me. First of all, what you are saying when you are 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, what you're saying when you have a baby is this. Here's what you're saying. Think about this. Here's what you're saying. I'm a loser. I will never accomplish anything in life. The only thing I can hope to aspire to is to do something that is common to everybody. Anybody can have a baby. Anybody with ovaries, anybody with little sperm, anybody can have a baby. It's something anybody can do. And nowadays, kids develop so young, they can do it at 10 years old, you know, and we've seen that. Remember we had that 11-year-old mother call in that time? 11. It was amazing. 11-year-old mother called this show one time. Father of her kid was 12. Now, that's an extreme situation. But when you have a baby as a teenager, you're essentially saying, I have no talent, I have no ability, I have no plans for the future, I don't believe there will be a future, I'm a loser. Loser. Maybe you were too stupid to find out about birth control before you got laid, or worse than that, maybe you knew about it and decided to just throw caution to the wind and have a baby. Some of you get married, some of you don't. Some of you keep going to college or high school or junior high school. You know, here in Los Angeles, oh yes, we're very understanding and sympathetic to the girls who have babies. Oh yes, we have high schools with daycare centers. Oh yes, we do. Yes, we do. So I'm trying to get inside the heads of teenagers who decide, hey, who needs a career? Who needs college? Who needs time to grow up and have fun? Who needs maturity to have a baby? You don't need maturity. Oh, I'm mature. That's what everybody who's 15 has a baby says. Oh, I'm mature. I know what I'm doing. By the way, look at the phone. I haven't even pitched for calls yet here, and the phones are all lit up. Because I know we've got a lot of you out there, all you geniuses out there who decide to have babies under the age of 18. So here's what I want to do. In this segment of our program, I'm not going to talk to anybody 18 and over. I'm only talking to the youngest possible parents, male or female. I want to talk to the youngest possible parents I can find. I don't want to talk to the guys, though, who, you know, they knocked up their girlfriend and they became parents against their will. Oh, no. I want to talk to those of you who are happy about this. Those of you who thought this was a good idea. Those of you who either planned it or you didn't plan it, but once you made that mistake, you said, what the hell? I'm a nobody. I'm a nothing, and I'll never be anything anyway. So I'll have a baby. Can I support a baby? No. Do I have a college education? No. Do I have a career? No. Barely mature enough to take a driving test, much less have a baby. Those are the people I want to talk to. These are the people who are, like, happy about it, you know, in the 9th grade and happy they're having a baby. These are the heads I want to get inside. I mean, I don't think you should be having a baby at 18 or 19 or 20 either. I think that's a very bad idea. But it's way worse if you haven't even graduated high school yet. So if that's you, Mr. and Miss Mature, if that's you, you found yourself pregnant. By the way, maybe some of you out there got pregnant and didn't know it. You read these stories of 12-year-old, 13-year-old girls who didn't know that when you have sex, you have a baby. They just knew they were feeling a little nauseous in the morning, and suddenly, oh, a baby! How did that happen? Jesus. It just blows me away. And you know, we'll add in, Dean, that's a very good point. How about those of you who are trying to have a baby right now, under the age of 18? I'll include you in the tent as well. Yeah, if you're working on that right now, trying to have a baby, trying to trick someone into impregnating you, whatever it is, I'm all inclusive here. I celebrate diversity. I'll bring you all into the tent here. That's right. Come on in. Tell us why at your tender age of 13, 14, 15, 16, you tell me why you're ready to have a baby. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
I love what you're doing for our young men of America.
Yes, it's a public service, as you know.
Well, absolutely.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. All right, all you people out there who have babies under the age of 18, you're the ones I want to talk to. And when we do these, it's relatively easy to get through on the phone. So try it right now. You'll get in because we're limiting this so much. We're only talking to people under the age of 18 who have babies or who are trying to have babies. So you may think it's too difficult to get through, but no, Dean's hanging up on everybody else. 1-800-5800-TOM. You just 1-800-5800-866. And I guarantee you'll get through. I guarantee. And we rarely guarantee anything around here. Renee on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Renee.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Here we are on the radio, Renee. I see here you're 17.
Correct.
And what did you do?
I have a 2-year-old.
You have a 3-year-old. So you had a 2-year-old.
Yes.
So you had a baby at 15.
Yes, I did.
Why did you do that?
It wasn't planned.
Well, why did you allow it to happen?
I didn't allow it to happen. I think just like any married couple that doesn't want a child and it happens, it was an accident.
Yeah, but it was not an accident. Were you using birth control?
Yes, we were.
You were?
Yes.
You mean a condom?
A condom.
So you were not using birth control?
No, well, they teach you in school that a condom would protect you from getting pregnant.
Well, it certainly is a way of protecting you. I think of it as a backup method myself.
Okay.
But
it wasn't planned, and I have a healthy little girl, and I'm going to high school.
Going to high school?
Yes.
And may I ask why you didn't have an abortion?
I don't believe in that.
But you do believe in having sex at 14?
I guess I did.
So what kind of religion is that? Having sex at 14, good, abortion, bad?
There's a difference. Killing something is completely different from having sex.
I see. So God is okay with you having sex at 14?
No, and I'm sure God is not okay with us lying as well, but we do it, right?
Well, again, dear, it's fascinating how women will have sex in any possible position, any possible way, but then when they get pregnant, oh, no, it would be wrong to have an abortion. It's against my religious beliefs.
It's not only women, though. I mean, you're pointing it out at women. There's also men out there doing the same thing.
No men are getting pregnant.
Men are getting girls pregnant, though.
But they themselves aren't getting pregnant.
No, but they are getting... So why is that?
And most men don't want you to have the baby.
Oh, that's not in my case.
So how old was he?
He's 17 when we had...
And he wanted to have a baby?
Yes.
So the two of you are just a couple of losers who thought you would never amount to much of anything.
No, we're not losers. I mean...
Really? All right, what's your big plan for life? Where are you going to college?
I plan on going to UC San Diego.
And what are you going to study?
Philosophy.
What for? So you won't have a career later on?
To have a career later on.
A career as what, a philosopher?
I have a 23-year-old sister that's in college and has her own house with 2 kids.
What?
So I think it's possible.
Well, you didn't answer my question. Why are you studying philosophy? What kind of career track will that put you on?
It's interesting to me. So
yeah, but dear, you need money. You have a child to support.
Correct.
You don't have time. You know what? The option of studying stuff that's interesting to you, that went out the window. If you're going to college, you need to study something that's going to bring in cash.
Right.
And being a philosopher, I think since the Greek Empire, I don't think people make a lot of money in that profession.
I believe if I didn't have a child and going to college, I would still need money, correct?
Well, put it this way, you need more now.
Well, yeah, that's just another hurdle I have to jump.
Really? And so, but again, what do you plan to do for a living once you get your philosophy degree?
I understand, your degree always changes throughout college.
So you don't even know what you're going to major in or what you're going to do for a living?
No, can you tell me what college student does?
Can I tell you what now?
Can you tell me what college student knows what they're going to do later on in life?
I knew.
You did?
Yes, I did.
And you didn't change.
That's why I'm successful.
To the end.
Yeah, that's why I'm success. It's called being successful. That's why I am successful.
Can you just answer one question for me?
Yeah.
I have like again, I said, I have a 20-year-old sister who is finishing college and has 2 kids and owns her own home and is very successful.
Well, she has a mortgage, dear. She does not own her own home.
Oh, she has a mortgage. I'm sorry. And I'm pretty sure you do have a mortgage as well. Right?
I own 80% equity in my home. How much equity does your sister have?
And how old are you? My sister's 23.
I bought the house 7 years ago, not 20 years ago.
Like I said, it doesn't mean you're going to be a loser later on in life. I mean, if anything, I look up to her for what she's doing.
Really? And yes. What is her husband's name?
Carmen.
Her husband is named Carmen?
Yes.
What is her name?
Mercy.
All right. Carmen is a man's name?
Yes, he's Italian.
Oh, Carmine.
Yeah, but we call him Carmen.
I see. And what does she do for a living?
She's a loan processor and in the process of getting her real estate.
You don't need to go to college for that.
No, but she's still studying as well.
Studying to become what?
She's a psychology major.
Oh, another useless degree unless you're going to become a psychologist. Which she's not, is she?
Excuse me? She's on the point of graduation.
Ooh, wow. She's going to graduate.
Wow, so I guess your
So will she be a psychologist when she's done?
So I guess your theory's out the window.
Well, dear, I don't know what she's going to do for a living yet. Will she be a psychologist?
I don't know what she's going to do.
So she's not going for a PhD, is she?
But she's very successful, let me tell you.
Well, it says you. How much money does she make?
Oh, enough.
How much?
She has her own mortgage. She has
her own mortgage? That's like saying, I've got my own Visa card. What does that mean?
Oh, okay.
There, you're clearly immature. She's got her own mortgage. Ooh, wow. You mean they lent her hundreds of thousands of dollars? Wow, that's a sign of success.
Oh, yeah.
She's got hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and she's 23, and she's studying psychology but has no career goal.
How do you know she has no career goals?
Yeah, I asked her what they are. Is she going to be a psychologist? No.
How do you figure?
She's your own sister.
Know it all.
Do you know?
How do you figure this?
Yeah, and by the way, let me point out one more thing to you, darling, and that is this. Even if one person succeeds, that doesn't mean it's a good idea. You know, I'd be willing to bet. You know, there are people who jump off of 10-story buildings all the time. Do you know that once in a while one of them lives? Does that mean everybody should jump off a building?
No.
Yeah, well, you know what? Very few people who do what the two of you have done are successful. Very few.
Okay, so you can't say...
So the fact that you think your sister is successful, and I don't know that you at 17 would know what success is anyway, but the fact that you think she's successful, do you think lots of people are successful? They're not.
And I'm not saying they are, but to be calling people losers.
Losers. Yeah, they're losers. Because you know what? You can have kids. You can have kids at 30.
How old was your grandmother when she had her kids?
My grandmother was 30 years old when she had her first kid.
Her first child.
Yeah.
And that's very rare because
I know. You know what? You're right. It is rare. But by the way, my grandmother was born in 1904. You know, lifespan was different
does that
then.
Make her a loser because
she didn't do it in high school. I'll tell you that. She wasn't having babies in high school or junior high school. It would definitely make her a loser. No doubt about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no doubt about it.
It's really different if your sister or your mother or your grandmother.
No, well, my mother had me at 22, which I still think was too young. But she graduated high school. She had a career. What? I just said teenagers who do this are losers, dear. Where are you getting this from?
But she's a loser, right?
Who, my mother? My mother had her first kid at 22.
But you said that still, that's young. I was listening.
I said it's young, but no, I said teenagers who do this are losers.
Okay.
And you no doubt will be a loser.
Oh, okay. I doubt that.
I know you do, dear, but again, I'm sure you pay no attention to all the various people who've done what you've done and who admitted that they're sorry they did it, that they should have waited, and you just sit there in denial. That's fine.
No, I'm not in denial. I think I was young getting pregnant, and I don't regret my daughter at all.
Well, and maybe she will regret being in a household where you don't even know what you're going to do with yourself.
How funny.
How do you make ends meet over there, Renee? What, is your mother paying for everything?
She helps me.
Yeah, of course she does, because you can't do it on your own.
No.
Is that fair to your mother?
Eventually I will.
Is that fair to your mother?
No, but she had me at a young age as well.
Oh, now we see what's going on. How old's your mother? 32 or so?
35.
35. There you go. So she's already a grandmother at 35.
Yes.
That's great.
But she's not a loser.
Oh, no? What does she do for a living?
She's also an agent.
An agent of what?
A real estate agent.
She's a real estate agent.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And how many kids did she have?
3.
3. Mm-hmm. And how old are your siblings?
My brother's 2 years older than me, and I have a 6-year-old sister.
A 6-year-old. So it was a 19-year-old and a 6-year-old in the same house.
Yeah.
So your mother had her first kid at 16, so you just figured you'd drop it down to 15.
No, it wasn't planned for me.
Oh, your mother planned it.
No, and it was not planned for her.
Oh, I see. So the tradition will continue. Your daughter will be getting pregnant in a good 10, 12 years, huh?
Yeah, but is my mom a loser, though? I think not.
Well, just keep the family tradition going there.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, 1-800-5800-TOM. I'm talking to teenage parents. Anybody 17 years of age or under. Let's say hi to Rebecca on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Rebecca.
You know, I just was driving home from school, and I heard your topic, and I thought, oh, my God, I got to call in. 16 years old, and I had a baby girl 2 years ago.
Why?
And because I was foolish and made a decision that I wanted to be with a boy who was older than me, who was 19 at the time. And we fell in love, supposedly. We don't know what that was at that age. And from my parents is what they tell me. And we're getting married next year because he's going to Penn State next year, and we're trying to qualify for home assistance. And
so you're going on welfare?
Well, no. I didn't mean that. I meant, like, you know, when you go to school and they give you housing.
Right.
On campus.
Right. And how's he paying for Penn State?
Yes, he's going to Penn State.
How's he paying for that? On a scholarship?
Yes.
He has a scholarship. And what are you doing?
I'm finishing up my school. I graduate in June of next year. Once I graduate, I will be going to a school in Pennsylvania myself to finish up my basic classes, and then I actually want to go to school to be an OBGYN. His family lives out there, so they're going to help us with baby.
So you would not, unlike the other caller who was belligerent about it, you would not recommend this to anyone?
You know what? I love my daughter, but it's been really hard. It's been very hard. There's been times where I want to go out and party with my girlfriends, but I can't. I have a little girl. And yes, my fiance is helpful, and we actually live together, and we live in an apartment with us, so where my parents aren't helping us, other than daycare. I mean, they watch my daughter while I'm at school, but other than that, I mean, it's very hard. Like I said, there's times when I want to go out, there's times when he wants to go out, and he can't because we have responsibilities. And it would have been a lot easier if I didn't have her, unfortunately.
Why doesn't word get around amongst teenagers how hard this is?
Because they're stupid. We're all stupid at this age. And, I mean, I had a great upbringing. I'm an only child. And one of my parents is actually a physician. They're a podiatrist. And you figure I'd have some kind of sense in me with my parents instilling this stuff into me, and it just didn't happen. I was thinking with my hormones.
Unbelievable.
I know, and I listen to your show, and you give such good advice. I love you, Tom.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You take me out with a ball hat?
Here you go.
Can we all just get a bong?
Angie, on the Tom Leykis Show. I'm talking to teenage parents here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm okay.
Oh, good.
Well, I agree with the girl that you were just talking to. It is hard. I'm 17 and I have a 2-year-old little boy, and my ex-boyfriend's in jail, so I'm pretty much doing everything by myself.
Good planning there. He's in jail, and what did he do?
He's in there for narcotics.
Narcotics, and you knew he used drugs when you met him.
No, he doesn't use them.
He sells them. You knew he sold drugs when you met him.
No, not really.
So when did you find out he was selling drugs?
Well, I was already pregnant when I found out.
I see. And you got pregnant, why?
Because I was stupid.
Because you were stupid. And in your mind, what was the reason? Because you were in love.
I thought I was.
With a drug dealer. You didn't know it at the time, but...
Yeah, but I thought I was in love, which I wasn't. Now I realize it, and it's hard, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to finish school, and I mean, I have my parents. They help me out a lot, but it's still really, really hard.
How long did you know this drug dealer before you got pregnant by him?
It was like a year.
A year. So in all that time, you didn't see any clues that he was doing something illegal?
Well, because it was on and off, you know? Like, we'd see each other, we wouldn't, and...
Because he was busy doing drug deals or something. He had no time to see you.
Probably.
Oh, boy. So now, what's the future look like for you, Angie?
I finished school. I just finished school. And, I'm working, and I'm in the mortgage business right now, but I don't plan on staying there. I plan on continuing my education. But it's
what do you do in the mortgage business? You don't write loans.
Yeah, I do, I work for a loan officer. I'm his assistant.
Oh, so you're a secretary?
Yeah, pretty much.
So right now that's your future?
No, I want to finish my education, but I can't honestly say that I will because it's hard. You know, my parents said that they were only going to help me until I was 18. And I'm going to be 18 in September, so it's hard. I wouldn't recommend for nobody to do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is really hard, and I don't know what I'm going to do after my parents stop helping me.
So you don't even know what's going to happen?
No, not really. I mean, I know I can't depend on him or have him help me out with anything, you know?
Let me say something to you that I said to somebody else. You know, a couple of years ago, you could have been anything you wanted to be.
That's true.
You could have become anything. You could have traveled anywhere. You could have lived anywhere in the world you wanted to.
I agree.
And now you pretty much gave that away.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Yeah. Well,
my parents only help me out as much as going to school and working, but if I ever want to go out with my friends or do anything like that, they even tell me that I screwed all that up, you know?
That's right.
So it is hard. I wouldn't have anybody else do it.
And do you date anybody?
I do. I am seeing somebody right now.
And do you use birth control now?
Oh, yeah.
More than a condom, I hope?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Good.
I do.
You're not going to make that mistake again, are you?
No. No, I don't even want to have kids anymore.
I don't blame you. All right, Angie. Well, it sounds like you learned your lesson the hard way.
All right. Thanks, Tom.
Angie, thank you.
1-800-5800-TOM.
I'm Hispanic.
Well, you're Hispanic. How many Mexicans do you see at NASCAR?
Well, my whole family's involved, and that's...
Well, that's probably 12 people, but what about the rest?
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. We're talking to teenage parents. Are you one of them? Are you one of them? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Tish on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello.
Is that a question or a statement?
I have a statement, Tom.
Yeah.
I listen to you every day on my commute home from work, and I first want to just say to the teenage moms, it's hard out there being a teenage mom.
That's why you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it, I agree. But it doesn't make you a loser. I don't feel like I'm
Yes,
a
it
loser.
does.
No, it doesn't make me a
Sure
loser.
it does.
No, let me explain, Tom. I listen to you every day, and I love your show. I agree with most things you say. But I really get offended by the fact that you think I'm a loser. Let me tell you my struggle, Tom. Every day I leave home at 5 o'clock in the morning to get to work for 8 o'clock to commute. I commute from San Bernardino to Ontario to Irvine to make sure that my kids can have the things that they want. I mean, and it's hard, Tom. It's very hard.
Well, but you're making my point. And then why did you do that?
Right, I understand why did I do it, but I'm not a loser.
And you have more than one kid?
Yes, I have two.
Why did you do that?
Because I didn't know how to stop with one. Apparently, I don't know.
What kind of answer is that?
I don't know.
An intelligent, well-informed, reasonable person would not give me an answer like that.
Well,
They'd have a
let me tell you,
specific answer. I had children because, and then they would be able to finish the sentence.
I can finish the sentence.
Go ahead.
I had children because I thought I was in love. Before my boyfriend left me for my sister.
But your boyfriend left it for your sister, but that's my point. You were too immature, and so was he.
Well, he may have been immature.
And so were you.
And yes, I
Because
was.
you misjudged him.
I misjudged him, but that does not qualify me as a loser.
Of course it does, because now you're stuck with two kids. Now you've got to go 6 hours of round-trip commuting every day just to make sure your kids get what they need. Where did you get your college degree from, by the way?
I didn't get no college degree, of course, Tom.
Sure you didn't. Do you have a high school diploma?
I have a high school diploma.
Uh-huh. And what do you do for a living?
I work for the toll road.
So you collect tolls.
No, I don't collect tolls. I work in the corporate office.
What do you do?
I work in the violations department. I assist customers when they get violations out on the road.
You assist them.
Mm-hmm.
And that is your career?
No, that's just the job.
What will your career be, ultimately?
I want to be a registered nurse or a nurse practitioner.
And what are you doing to make that happen?
I'm going to school part-time. I can only afford to go part-time. I mean, I'm going to work all day.
Yeah, but again...
Therefore, that makes me not be a loser, yet more trying to achieve something.
No, you're trying to achieve something, but you made it so hard on yourself.
I made it very hard.
Why did you do that? Because you didn't think.
Because I didn't think. But my reason for calling is because when you say that we are losers or single parents, it gets a lot.
You are, because you could have been so much more than that, Tish.
I could have been.
And you had no interest, no confidence in yourself, no belief in yourself at all.
You know what, Tom, in all fairness, I think that this all goes back to the way you were raised and the values that are instilled in your children as you grow up. I didn't grow up with a strong moral fiber, so I didn't learn the things and ethical things that I know.
I'm not even talking about ethics here. I'm talking about belief in yourself.
Yeah, I believe in myself now. At that age, no, I didn't. But, I mean, my kids are getting older, and it's getting a little easier. I still struggle. It's still very hard.
Aren't you worried that your kids will repeat the same mistake you made, the one that your parents probably made?
No, actually, my parents didn't have me very young. They didn't have me older. I mean, my mom was 24, but as I heard you say, your mom was 22, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the fact that I had my kids young. It made my life harder. I just want to say to the young women out there that have kids, you're not a loser because you had kids young. Your life is going to be harder.
No, you're likely to be a loser anyway, whether it's because you had kids or not. You're likely to be a loser.
And why do you feel that way?
Because in most cases, people don't work as hard as you do. Most people are not willing to do what you're doing.
Well, what other choice is it? You can't live on welfare.
Are you kidding? Look how you live here in Southern California. Look around you. Lots of people are on welfare.
And they don't live, they exist.
That's my point, dear. How many times do you see the WIC coupons coming out the store? Come on. Losers, all.
Okay. And
food stamps, losers.
And right, so then you're clumping me in with the WIC coupon collectors and the...
But that's who most of the teenage parents are. They are the people, they're the welfare recipients of the future. Once the parents stop supporting them, they're going to be collecting a check from the taxpayer.
Right, and I agree with that. And I'm not doing that, Tom. I get up and I go to work every day. I spend a quarter of my check on child care alone. Again,
another reason not to have children at such a young age.
But they're so big, I can't put them back.
I understand that, Tish. I understand. The point I'm trying to make to you is, I'm trying to discourage teenagers from having babies.
Right, and I would want to discourage them, too.
And when you call in and say they're not losers and try to give them support, all you're doing is encouraging people who haven't done this to do it.
Well, let me restate that then. I don't want to encourage anyone to make the struggle that I have. I don't want anyone to think that it's easy. What I do want you to know that if you have already made the mistake, don't feel that you're a loser and don't let your spirit be broken by what you're saying. That's all. I'm not saying go out and do it. I'm not saying if you haven't did it, it's okay if you do. I'm saying if you have already done it and you already have kids, you are not a loser, because I'm not a loser.
Hang on a second, Tish. I have Karen here. Karen, what did you want to say to Tish?
Yeah, I want to know what your kids are doing when you're working all day and commuting 3 hours or 6 hours a day. Where are your kids? How are you raising your kids?
You know what? I am raising my kids. My kids, fortunately, I have a supportive family that helps me and the members of my church.
Yeah, but how are you being a mother when you're not home all day? That tells me you're being pretty much a loser.
Well, that doesn't tell me that I'm being a loser. As a matter of fact, what that tells me is that I'm trying to instill something in my kids that even though you make mistakes, you have to have some type of initiative and drive. So to give my kids the thing they need, I have to go to work.
By the way, where was the church when you were getting laid at 50?
And how are you instilling good, you're not instilling, good morals in your kids. You're not even home to be there to put it in them.
Okay, Karen, how old are you?
I'm 37.
You're 37, and do you work?
Yes, I do.
And do you have kids?
Yes, I do. And I work part-time.
Wait just a second. Let me ask my question. And who takes care of your kids while you work?
I have daycare, but I don't
Well, then you are a loser. Then you are a loser if you take your kids to daycare. If you have kids, like Tom said, you should be able to afford to stay home with them all day. Whether you work part-time or full-time, if you have kids and you leave them with a sitter, you're a loser. So you're right. I'm a loser and you're a loser. We lost.
No, because I'm with my kids most of the day when they're either not in school.
Do you take them to daycare?
Do you take them to daycare?
Then you're a loser.
No, I'm not, because I'm with my kids most of the day.
Okay,
how many hours a day? I have a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
How many hours a day do you see your kids?
I see during the week or total?
No, during the week. How many hours per day?
The actual spend time, quality time, where we're awake, maybe 3 hours.
If you're up at 5, what time do you
I
get
leave home at 5:30. I leave home at 5:30. I get to Ontario at 6. I leave from Ontario at 6 to get to Irvine by 8. I get to work at 7:30. I leave work at 5. I'm back in Ontario by 6. I'm home by 6:40. I'm up with my kids from about 6:40 to about 9:40, doing homework, cooking dinner, taking baths, doing whatever we need to do to make us not be losers.
How do you have a 3-hour commute in the morning and an hour and a half commute in the evening?
No. You know what? It's more traffic sometimes, but it's not completely 3 hours. It's close to 2 hours. So my whole point to Tom was that I do commute. I do the struggling that I have to do so that I don't have to hear people like you say. I mean, once you make a bad choice in your life and have kids at a young age, you already get the whole you're a bad person, you're a loser thing. But if I was sitting up on welfare, I'd be a loser too.
All right, Karen, Tish, thank you for the call.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
Maybe I can be one of your interns.
Oh, you can be one of my interns any time, but we put you through a rigorous training.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
The Tom Leykis Show.
All right, Troy, quickly.
Hello?
Yes.
Is this Tom?
This is not quickly enough, Troy.
What? Not quickly.
Did you want to talk to Tom?
Yeah.
What did you want to say to him?
I wanted to ask him how he can call everyone...
Wait, you want to ask... Wait, you have a question for Tom? All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to ask... No, you got to leave the radio.
The Tom Leykis Show.